And now, the special presentation.
When you're making one of these movies, you sit down and you go, okay, what do I think is cool? I love motorcycles. And then you see what John Woo does with a motorcycle.
I have a pretty good instinct about action.
It's got everything. It really has. It has stuff that I haven't seen before.
You can see Tom climbing a mountain, hanging from a mountain.
My breath was taken away. I've never seen anything so dangerous, so exciting. It really is. It's unbelievable.
The action in it is completely mind-blowing. Being around to watch any of it was always incredible to me. The physicality involved and the hand-to-hand combat and beautifully orchestrated fight sequences. It's like dancing.
You want to do something like Bruce Lee? I said, great. That's what I good at. It's very vicious and sort of dirty and relentless. And these two guys really pummeling each other.
Using the rotation of the body. It's fun. That's why you want to make these movies. You know, you get to roll around and get to do these wild things. The action is raw action. John Woo spent a lot of time studying and watched how I walked and the way I moved. So he designed the sequences around what I could physically do.
He does these amazing kicks, you know, flies through the air and smacks me in the chest and in the face, and then I just get up and punch him.
You know, I was a gymnast when I was growing up. Not a great one, but I could do some flips and stuff. So he was able to incorporate that.
The fight scene was great fun to do. Beating up Tom Cruise is terrific. Caught him a couple of times in his six-pack. Tom, he did it, and he did it well. And he did it very beautiful and strong.
John is always very conscious of how I am physically to make sure I'm not injured. He didn't want me to get hurt. And so after every take we did on that mountain, he's like, "Okay, that's a print." As I said, John, did you get it? Is everything? He was so nervous to ask me to do another one, you know, for fear that I might plummet to my death, and then he would be held responsible. And I don't blame him. I've always wanted to climb, and I love climbing.
He wanted to do something crazy, something he had never done before.
And I get to climb with Ron Calciano, one of the world's greatest.
To do what he's done in just this short, brief introduction with climbing, and then get out on like a 600, 800-foot cliff on these nice edgerettes and climb up them with his own strength. We weren't pulling him up.
The rope is just a safety if he were to fall, which he didn't.
I'd put it right up there with flying an F-14. It was fantastic. It was exhilarating. Some of the stuff we do is dangerous and challenging, but they know my ability, and they put me in a situation where I can do the moves.
It started out to be doubling for Tom, but as we worked more and more together, he was picking up so fast on everything that he's basically done everything himself. I've never really met anybody that could so quickly pick up on the techniques and the movement. It was really great.
Tom was probably about 170 feet down, and from the top, and about 600 feet down to the first thing, and then another 1,000 feet below that. So he's 1,500 feet off the ground.
There's places where you just have less than the width of my finger to hook onto, and I've never had a problem with heights, really. I've had the problem where, as a kid, anytime I get to the edge, I want to jump off. I don't know what it is. It's subconscious. I don't want to kill myself. I want to fly.
And cut. Should we need another one?
But that's Mission Impossible. That's part of the fun of making these movies.
But there were some scary moments. It's challenging, but watching them, it's wow. I can't believe I'm watching this.
Nobody, even the best repeller, couldn't drop full speed and stop 4 inches from the camera, which is what we had Tom Cruise do.
It was a pretty high jump. It looks a pretty scary.
It's fun.
He enjoys the thrill of it. He gets a kick out of it, so yeah, he likes it.
Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, rock.
I gotta tell you, that's fun.
He jumped right to the camera. His face almost smashed into the lens.
Do it again. I'll do it again. I'll do one more. I'll do one more. One more.
He feels like a free fall. You don't even feel yourself stopping until the bitter end.
This should be the MI2 ride.
He's got to hang off and dive out on the cable. I mean, 6 stories from the ground doesn't look that high, but once you're up there and you're moving around on this kind of, who knows how safe it is.
It's dangerous, but it's safe dangerous.
When you see the film, it would have been less a film if he hadn't actually done his rock climbing stuff and his, jumps.
I want to make it exciting for him. I want to scare him. I want to thrill him, and I think that adds to it.
We call it the jousting scene just because it's kind of like the knights of old.
They sort of forego all their weapons and have now just decided to just haul ass at each other and just go for it.
They both jump up in the air and smash into each other.
John envisioned this happening, and then it was up to Brian Smurs, the stunt coordinator, to come up with a rig that would make this work.
I actually tried to talk him out of it in his polite way. He never says no. He just is silent, and that means to me, keep trying, Brian.
There's never been a rig like this before. As a matter of fact, there's never been a stunt like this with 2 motorcycles.
It was one of the most difficult to shoot.
There are elements to this that, John Woo really pushed the edge.
John's designed a lot of action in this picture that people have never seen.
The way he utilizes action and the way he uses the cameras and just his very, very unique and particular vision.
That's why he's the man. He's the Woo.
I've been in stunts for 20 years, and definitely there's no one that does even close to the amount of stunt work that Tom does. He's very good at it.
He's very athletic. He really has an understanding of physical action.
He did just like dancing. Sometimes it looked pretty easy to him.
There was a wide range and variety of stunts, but they were all done safely and with great planning and forethought and a lot of intelligence on Tom's part.
There were certain things where you have to physically be up to it, but it worked out. It really worked out. I'm still here. I enjoy producing movies like this. I like big pictures, and it's a real challenge for a producer to produce this movie.
Making any film is a challenge, and working with my partner Tom Cruise. First of all, he's a consummate producer. He's an amazing producer, in addition to being a great actor.
To be able to play the character, to work with the actors, to try to create roles for them, that's a lot of fun within, and everyone working together and working hard at that. I enjoy that. I enjoy producing a movie like this?
We had the pleasure and the honor of John Woo coming in, and when John came in, he said, I want to make a romantic action-adventure film, and that excited both of us. And we had also the pleasure of working with Robert Towne, who brings the nuance and complexity and a little bit of the irony to the human interaction and to the characters.
Mission 2 was unique for me precisely because the action sequences had been so highly developed before I came on board. So much so that really what was involved was writing a story to fit the action. During this process, Paula and Tom hit upon the excellent idea of asking John Woo to come aboard as director.
John Woo came in and he brought a lot of his ideas to it. And Bob Towne and I had ideas about if we ever did another mission, which way we would take it.
In addition to the fact that we wanted, using the Hitchcock terminology, a MacGuffin, I think we wanted a MacGuffin that was, in this case, a recombinant virus that was being manufactured, a disease, in other words, made in order to peddle a cure. So greed was the animating force, and a dangerous influenza virus is something that you don't really need to have terribly grand sophistication about the intelligence community to grasp that concept.
John Woo embraced those ideas and came to the table with his own ideas about the character and the picture and what he envisioned Mission to be.
He wants every episode have a different look, a different kind of style, and directed by a different kind of director. The reason he wants me, he wants the Mission Impossible to have a lot more of emotional and romance.
A romantic interest engages the hero emotionally, and it also engages him at the level of exercising his skills in the service of, in this case, trying to save somebody's life that he cares for and possibly loves.
You gonna try and force me to do this?
Generally, I don't favor coercing someone, not when there's a chance my life could end up in their hands.
Is that the only reason?
Can you think of a better one?
Me? No. But I was just hoping you might, thinking that somewhere in the course of business this got personal as well as physical.
Okay. Would it make you feel any better if I didn't want you to do this?
Yeah, much.
Then feel better! The writing in this movie is so good. It's rich. And it's just what I want when I go to a movie like this, that I appreciate when I see good writing in movies like this. She's got no training for this kind of thing.
But to go to bed with a man and lie to him, she's a woman. She's got all the training she needs.
And Hopkins' response is the kind of blatant political incorrectness of it titillates and shocks the audience in a way that formerly you can only do with the four-letter language.
The trick of these movies is to keep the narrative going and to reveal character along the narrative.
Basically, it's a triangle love story. It means that the good guy and the bad guy, they're both in love with the same girls.
Well, Tandy is, her character, she becomes one of the team members. She's a civilian. And I was very excited to work with her. I think she's has great talent, Tandy. You know, I remember even before Nick had said, "Oh, this girl's very, very talented," and then she played a small role in Interview with the Vampire, and when we started working this picture, that was really one of the first names that came up, and we met, we discussed it and talked about the character, and then we just wrote the role for her.
Tandy, in fact, was cast before I started working on the script. Tom, we were sitting around one evening, and Tom mentioned that Nick, his wife, had said, "What about Tandy Newton for a girl?" And we were in the midst of discussing a romantic triangle in the story, and I got terribly excited by that, and I said, "Geez, don't even think about it. Let's go right away and let me talk to her so I can get a sense of what she sounds like."
I got the call that John Woo and Tom wanted to meet me at the Dorchester the following morning, which was amazing just to hear those two names in the same sentence, quite honestly. And I thought that the synthesis of those two art forms was really exciting. And John has such a distinctive style, and you expect a certain film from Tom Cruise, and to have those two collaborating, I just thought it was perfect.
They both look very charming, and they have a great chemistry to each other, and also looked very natural.
We spent a lot of time writing scenes when they meet, how they meet, and you realize when John Woo got in there, that opening sequence, it's boy meets girl, girl looks at boy, boy looks at girl, and there's not a lot of other storytelling that you need.
The idea came from West Side Story. I want to make a very sexy, in love at first sight moment.
With high speed and with the judicious muting of sound, he isolates those two people in a lovely way.
Naya's romantic life in the movie, she's very busy, very, very busy. She was involved with the character played by Dougray Scott, Ambrose, who is the person that, he's the key for the mission team. He is the person that holds the information which my character has to go and try and retrieve.
First I saw Dougray in A Picture Ever After with Drew Barrymore, where he plays romantic Prince Charming, and then I saw him in the Scottish film Twin Town. And you see the range of this guy. We wanted a really interesting bad guy, and a complex bad guy, as complex as you can get with a Mission Impossible bad guy.
When I see Dougray Scott, and I find out one thing, he have got great eyes. His eyes tell everything, tell a lot of story. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for. We want a real human being, a real guy to play the bad guy.
In the movie, the story revolves around three characters: Ethan Hunt, obviously, my character, Sean Ambrose, and Tandy Newton's character. And it's a real sort of triangular relationship in the movie.
Well, you know, look, I get to work alongside and sandwich between Tom Cruise and Dougray Scott. It's not really that bad for 6 months.
Sean Ambrose, he's obviously become disillusioned with being in sort of Ethan's shadow all the time, and he decides to, he wants more power than that, so he sort of turns, you know, to the other side. He sort of forms a sort of renegade band of ex-special forces people.
Well, Sean Ambrose, again, is a man who is fueled in part by being Avis to Tom's hurts. Just something invariably frustrating about it. Not only being number two, but having to literally subsume his own identity into Tom's when Tom was not available. He couldn't even be himself. He had to, I mean, if it really needed to be something, he had to be Tom.
Dougray he just, you know, kicked it. Everyone did. Tandy did. Tandy's like out of the park. It was fun to see their rushes and fun to work on the scenes with them.
How in the world did you find me?
How I usually find you, Naya. Magic.
She did it. She's in the compound.
Yeah? We just rolled up a snowball and tossed it in the hell. I mean, Bing's he's just great to work with. You know, I like what he brings, almost, you know, the charm that he brings to that character.
Outside of Tom, I'm the only returning member of the IMF team. He's a computer expert, and also now, with John Woo's production, it has me using some firearms. This film is driven by the character relationships. Action is used to enhance the moment-to-moment reality of the plot. Oh, I'm mad now.
I see Bing or Luther as kind of a balance in the team. And then there's my character, Billy, who is a little bit of a loose cannon. I think when he joins the team at the beginning, he probably don't know where he's going to go. I mean, is it a mistake? Let's be honest. You know, Anthony Hopkins says to Tom, you can have any two team members you want. And I'm sitting in the audience thinking, why this one? Of all the people you can have, why this one? But I like to think that once you start to see him fly, dropping him into biosite or that sort of stuff, I think then you start to realise why Billy is on the team.
Luther, we're out of time. On the count.
Please, baby, open up. Open up, baby.
5, 4,
Come on.
3, 2, 1. I'm going now.
Ethan, wait.
I have a pretty good instinct about action.
The action in it is completely mind-blowing.
I've never seen anything so dangerous, so exciting. It really is. It's unbelievable. They invented some techniques with this movie that have never ever been done in a film before.
I think John Woo's eye and vision of the whole piece. I think this is an action film unlike any action film that I've seen because it's not action for action's sake.
John Woo is an amazing filmmaker. The way he utilizes action, and the way he uses the cameras, and the way, and just his very, very unique and particular vision.
Well, he's brought his wooism. You know, John is, first of all, I admire him as an artist and a human being, and I think that reflects in his movies. Even though there is a violence in his picture, but there's a humanity that he has as a person that I think carries over in every shot of his. He can just create this visceral, emotional action. His frames carry a poetry in the way that he cuts them together. It's like a dance.
His action sequences are what Yeats said of Ireland. It's a terrible beauty. You know, an emphasis on both words. And it's fascinating to watch him.
You know, that's Woo. He's the man, you know, that's why he's the man. He's the Woo. There's conventions within Mission Impossible that an audience will embrace. I felt that of any picture that I've made, this, for me, could be fun to have sequels. Because they're different. Every single one, every environment, every mission he goes on, everything they do is different every single time. I love what I do, and I feel a responsibility. Just the position that I'm in is rarefied. You know, I don't even want to take advantage of that. So I appreciate it when I go to a movie and I see that level of effort in there, and I'm committed to what I do. I can't help it. I love it.
Wow, what did you think of that behind the scenes of 2 bonus features of Mission Impossible 2?
It was good, Michael.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
So next Friday, we'll do the special edition of Mission Impossible 2 after when I come back from Redwood. So yeah.
still taping?
I'm rewinding
Oh.
still.
Can I put this back?
Yes, but be careful. I'm holding the remote. Don't worry.
Okay. Thanks.
Are you going to the store?
I'm gonna go to the store. So.
How many stores though?
Probably 2.
Ace and Kroger.
Yeah.
Okay.
See
I'll see you when you get back, all right?
Okay, Michael.
I'm just gonna be alone watching watching SpongeBob movies in the back bedroom. So yeah. Just so you know.